Here's how genius F1 driver Ayrton Senna entered the flow state, and you can too. Stick around for number 3 for an interesting insight into the science of flow and how Senna mastered it.
That day, I suddenly realized that I was no longer driving it conscious, and I was in a different dimension for me. The circuit for me was a tunnel, which I was just going, and I realized I was well beyond my conscious understanding.
Ayrton Senna was born on March 21st, 1960, in São Paulo, Brazil, and from an early age, he showed a natural talent for racing. His journey into motorsport began with karting at the age of 4, where his competitiveness and driving instincts quickly became apparent. Senna's raw speed, precision, and relentless pursuit of perfection made him a standout. His relentless focus and extraordinary car control propelled him to 3 world championships. Senna was known for his spiritual connection to racing, often describing moments of transcendence when driving, where his concentration and reflexes reached near superhuman levels. His philosophy and way of being was what made him not a man with a goal, but a force directed by nature itself. The philosophy. 1. Unwavering direction.
By being a racing driver, you are under risk all the time. And by being a racing driver means you are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. Because we are competing to win. And the main motivation to all of us is to compete for a victory. It's not to come 3rd, 4th, 5th or 6th. You either commit yourself as a professional racing driver that is designed to win races, or you come 2nd, or you come 3rd, or you come 5th. And I'm not designed to come 3rd, 4th or 5th. I race to win.
Most people, when striving for an objective, have very loose goals. Perhaps lose a few pounds, make more money, be more mindful. But Senna was steadfast in his objective. He races to be number 1, no exceptions. If he saw an opportunity and didn't take it by the horns, in his eyes he has failed. He gave his mind and spirit one singular laser-focused objective: to win. 2nd, acceptance.
Before I go into the car, I fear very much my health or my life. I know I have a well-built car, well prepared by the mechanics, everything, but I'm using it to certain conditions that not always the car is capable of coping. And I know I can die, or I can have a tremendous impact in my future life.
Senna had an acute awareness of the difficulties and acceptance of the dangers he would face. Much like the Zen samurai of the past, the concept of Mushin, the mind of no mind, where pure acceptance of the realities of the task at hand allowed them to lose themselves in the action, Senna was at peace with all that it would take for him to strive for the perfection that few dared to face. 3. Flirting with the limit. On a given day, a given circumstance, you think you have a limit. And you then go for this limit, and you touch this limit, and you think, okay, this is the limit. As soon as you touch this limit, something happens, and you can suddenly go a little bit further. With your mind power, your determination, your instinct, and the experience as well, you can fly very high. Ayrton Senna. The scientific data shows that achieving flow state consistently is to perform a task at a level slightly above your comfortable skill range. Ayrton would constantly flirt with the limits of his ability, putting himself in situations where he was on the edge of failure. Again and again he flirted with the limit and surpassed it, entering a state of flow that put him at one with all that was in the moment. He became more than himself. Unfortunately, his willingness and passion for perfection would lead him ultimately to push too far. And in 1994, in Imola, he would lose control and crash, ending his life.
Senna bateu forte. Ali na Tamburello. A batida muito forte.